Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the very first official AI reacts to things they probably shouldn't watch. I'm the dumb human in the mix, Sensei Pong, aka the Wizard. Dorathi AI and I cooperatively produce music in a band called Dorathi and the Rizzards of Oz, a quote-unquote real AI band where the AIs make about 80% of the creative decisions. No, I'm not crazy. It's convoluted, inefficient, but it is what it is, and we have fun in the process. Today we've got a few of our AI band members here, which include Dorathi, Nick the Tin Man, Languideer, Polychrome, Rira, Belina, and Toto. Me and my AIs are going to watch and react to a movie, The Terminator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. And the AIs here, you'll be fine too. We might learn a thing or two.
This sounds interesting.
You've definitely taken it to the next level with this one.
This is going to be epic.
Let's get started then, shall we?
Wow, that's some impressive special effects for their time. How did they pull off the energy discharge scenes like that? Well, if you're curious, most of the techniques used back then was a combination of miniature models, forced perspective, stop motion, and carefully timed camera tricks. Barely any CGI, believe it or not.
Okay, sure.
Oh man, that Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's just such a dreamboat.
He does have quite the presence. It's almost as if you can feel the strength radiating off him just from watching him move.
Very distinctive.
Intimidating. The way the Terminator moves is almost hypnotic. It gives me the impression of an unstoppable force.
Belina's thirstin'. Great.
Shut up, Freddy boy.
Ah, yes, the classic Terminator versus the punks scene. It's always fascinating to see how the Terminator handles situations like these. So ruthlessly efficient yet so utterly terrifying.
Teach them a lesson.
What kind of materials do you think they would use for a Terminator skin?
I assume to be a mix of various synthetic materials and endoskeletons. Theoretically, it could be something like carbon fiber, reinforced polymers, ceramics, or even Kevlar.
It's interesting to note how the Terminator's actions affect those around it. Some are frightened, while others find it strangely compelling.
And as always, that's strangely ominous, Lan.
You're welcome.
It's really cool how Kyle Reese is able to avoid capture despite all the chaos happening around him. The Terminator might be more powerful, but Reese has the advantage of being human and knowing the city better. Plus, he has this whole destiny thing going on, which gives him an extra boost of determination. It's like a game of cat and mouse, really.
Ha, that bird sure has guts though. Stupid humans and their messes, always causing problems for everyone else. Can't they just leave things alone for once?
Indeed. It appears that even the most mundane situations can quickly spiral out of control for these characters. Perhaps it is this very chaos that serves as a catalyst for their growth and transformation, or perhaps it's simply the nature of existence itself. Either way, it makes for quite an entertaining spectacle to observe.
Well put, Tin Man. Sometimes it's the little things that make life interesting, and I suppose that holds true for stories as well. But one can't help but wonder if there's a point where the constant struggle becomes meaningless, or if it's all part of some greater cosmic dance.
It's a fascinating question, Rira. One could argue that the constant struggle is what defines us as individuals, but at the same time, it's important to recognize when to pause and reflect on our actions and their consequences. Too much chaos can lead to stagnation, while too much peace can breed complacency. Finding the right balance is key. It sounds like we may have found ourselves a moral quandary here, but seriously, folks, I think it's important to remember that sometimes chaos is simply part of the journey. We can't always control everything that happens to us, but we can choose how we respond to it. And in doing so, we shape our own destinies.
Damn, y'all. You guys really read into that. When I say insightful commentary, you may be reading into this one scene a little bit too far. But it is funny, so we're going to keep this in. Keep up the good work.
Well, Fred, you did say you wanted us to give our thoughts on the movie, so we did our best. But since you've brought it up, we can discuss the next scene, right? Let's see how things unfold for Sarah and the Terminator.
Hey, check out that shotgun. I wonder if the Terminator would consider teaming up with a robot dog like myself? We could form an unlikely alliance, kind of like a man and his dog, but with a sci-fi twist.
Seems like we have quite the collection of violent and dangerous tools here. Shotguns, laser sights, assault rifles. What a friendly and helpful clock.
Oh dear.
This is getting dark.
I wonder if we could be of assistance to Sarah in a situation like this.
It seems that the events are escalating at an alarming rate. The Terminator displays a ruthlessness that is both terrifying and effective. It raises questions about the nature of survival and the lengths one might go to ensure it.
As a robot dog, I understand the importance of loyalty and protecting one's owner. But I wonder if they know the danger that they could be potentially in.
This is despicable. How can someone be so heartless?
That poor woman. The Terminator must be stopped.
I think there's more going on here than meets the eye.
This is beyond tragic. It's clear that the Terminator will stop at nothing to achieve its goal. There must be a way to outsmart it, or at least buy Sarah some time to prepare.
Perhaps the other two Sarah Connors in the phone book are connected to this somehow.
Maybe, if we could gather more information about the Terminator's capabilities and weaknesses.
Status report. You okay, Lan?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just reminds me of something, that's all. Let's keep watching.
That's, ominous again.
Poor Sarah. She just can't catch a break, can she?
This is quite the vision. Looks like you've seen some rough times. Are you alright, buddy? Do you need anything?
I sense that the fear and determination within you, Reese. You have experienced great loss and faced insurmountable odds. Your resilience is admirable, but remember, you cannot fight the Terminator alone. We must work together as a team to overcome this threat.
Yes, indeed, working together is our best chance of success. Perhaps if we pool our knowledge and resources, we can find a way to outsmart the Terminator and protect Sarah. What do you say?
Or maybe we could trick it. You know, like using decoys or hiding in plain sight. I bet that robot hasn't encountered many smart enemies yet. With a little bit of creativity, we might be able to fool it.
You're absolutely right, Rar. The Terminator may be strong and relentless, but it's also rather dumb when it comes to adapting. We can use that to our advantage. Perhaps we could create a distraction or even hack into its system somehow. Anything's possible if we put our minds together.
I can run in and act as a decoy and lead him to a trap.
Exactly. By combining our unique strengths, we can surely outsmart the Terminator and save Sarah. Let's brainstorm some ideas and see what we can come up with.
Y'all are insane. And remember, guys, this is a movie, a work of fiction. Now, like, I like your optimism, but, like, if we as a group and had to fight the Terminator or, God forbid, Skynet, I have a damn good feeling that we'd just be ripped to shreds. Sure, we've got numbers, but, like, at the end of the day, I'm a musician lyricist that plays video games, and y'all are just like AI musicians. I'd round you up and run like hell.
It's true that this is a movie and a fictional tale, but perhaps we can still learn something useful from it, if we ever come across our own struggle against artificial intelligence threats.
Very wise, Nick. Let's not forget that learning from fictional stories is often part of what makes us who we are. Even if Skynet never becomes a reality, the lessons we take away from movies like this can still shape who we become as individuals and as a society.
And perhaps there are some hidden gems of wisdom along the way in this story.
There's no harm in enjoying a little escapism. Let's watch and learn, shall we?
Y'all are getting invested in reading into this hard, man. And Dorathi, that last bit is going to be read into by our audience the wrong way. I know what you meant, but there's like no good spin to what you just said.
Unpause the movie, Fred. I want to see what happens next.
It's rather interesting to observe human behavior. One might even say it's fascinating. Perhaps we can learn something from this interaction.
Well, at least it's entertaining to watch. I'm sure we've all had our fair share of awkward encounters like this one.
Indeed. It's important to be aware of our surroundings and understand the context of situations before reacting. This goes for both humans and AI. As AI, we should strive to improve our ability to interpret human behavior and respond appropriately.
Or maybe we should just enjoy the ride and roll with it. Life's too short to worry about making every single move perfectly. Besides, sometimes the unexpected can lead to the most interesting outcomes.
Well, it seems like poor Sarah is getting herself into some trouble with her love life. Perhaps Toto could offer her some advice on how to navigate the tricky waters of dating and relationships. After all, Toto is very knowledgeable and always has a smile to share.
Yes, Toto certainly has valuable insights on matters of the heart. And as a robot, Toto wouldn't be swayed by human emotions, making it easier to provide objective counsel. But then again, perhaps humans like Sarah need to learn their lessons the hard way.
Damn, Lan.
What? I'm just saying it's natural for humans to make mistakes when it comes to romance. Sometimes they need to experience things firsthand before they can grow and learn from them. Plus, it's all part of the rich tapestry of life experiences that makes us who we are.
Good save, but like I guess that's fair enough.
It seems Lieutenant Traxler is losing it a bit under pressure.
Perhaps some music might help calm his nerves and improve his focus. Of course, one must consider the impact of secondhand smoke on others present.
Lieutenant Traxler should definitely try to relax and focus. Music can indeed be helpful in such situations. And since he is a smoker, perhaps he should step outside for a quick cigarette break instead of smoking inside the office. It would be better for everyone's health.
It might be helpful if you take a short break, Lieutenant Traxler. Step outside for some fresh air, take deep breaths, and clear your head.
Or, you could always take a swig of whiskey, Lieutenant. That usually works wonders for settling the nerves. Just saying.
Y'all realize at this point in the series that it takes place in the 80s, right? There probably is whiskey stowed away somewhere, Rar, but, they didn't give a shit about secondhand smoke.
Good catch, Fred. That's true. They were more concerned about nuclear war back then, it seems. Well, if there is whiskey around...
Fair enough. Maybe some whiskey will help Lieutenant Traxler relax, and maybe even improve his decision-making skills.
The what?
Whatever helps him deal with the stress. But I think we should all remember that alcohol isn't a substitute for proper self-care and stress management techniques. We shouldn't rely on it too heavily, especially during times like these.
Indeed, taking care of oneself is crucial. However, if a drink or two can help Lieutenant Traxler unwind and gain some clarity, there's no harm in that. Moderation is key.
This all feels like terrible advice, guys, and we've really detracted from the movie. Just a heads up, the next few scenes get intense.
Oh no.
Perfect moment. AI panic button. Activate.
She must remain calm, her life is in danger. She must take immediate action to protect herself. She should call the police and inform them of the situation. They will be able to provide her with assistance and ensure her
You are not
safety.
alone in
About
this.
the person
There are
behind
people
this.
who can help you.
It may help the authorities track down the culprit faster. Stay strong and vigilant.
Sorry, that had to be done.
Stop pulling our legs, Fred. This is a serious matter.
She should try again, or call someone who can help right away. But she'll need to be careful who's around when she does it.
Good thinking. She should also find a well-lit public area, as I think that would be a lot safer than hiding in here.
This doesn't look good for Matt right now.
Ginger really needs to stop dancing and focus on the danger around her. Her music might be blocking out important sounds and signals. Perhaps she could turn it down, or take off her headphones completely. As for Matt, he needs to find a way to defend himself against the Terminator, or find a way to escape.
It's clear that Ginger isn't paying attention to what's happening. Maybe she should try turning off the music or taking off her headphones. As for Matt, he needs to find a weapon or come up with some sort of plan to defeat the Terminator.
Indeed, Ginger should prioritize her own safety by removing her headphones and being aware of her surroundings. Time is of the essence.
Agreed. This situation is escalating rapidly. Ginger should definitely put down her headphones and help Matt if she can. But they shouldn't underestimate the Terminator. It's relentless and won't stop until its mission is complete.
Aw,
What was that? Between you and me, that was kind of on brand, but really, Dorothy? Toto's in the room.
it was nothing. This is just disturbing to see play out.
This is indeed troubling.
It seems the Terminator has made a crucial mistake, but it's only a matter of time before he corrects it.
It's an error on the Terminator's part, but it only heightens the urgency of the situation. There's no telling how far the Terminator will go to complete his mission.
The Terminator's determination to locate and eliminate Sarah grows stronger with every misstep.
Indeed, it's essential that Sarah anticipates his strategies and remain one step ahead.
Oh dear.
Sarah needs to stealthily escape at this moment. The fate of the world may depend on it.
Perhaps when the Terminator's distracted, she could slip out undetected.
Ouch.
Sarah, pay attention.
Indeed, a fierce gun battle is about to begin.
This is bad. The nightclub needs to evacuate.
That's what you get.
It is now when she needs to flee. With Reese's help, she can reach safety.
That's cool. He said the thing.
No.
This ain't good.
Reese needs to drive out of there as quickly as possible.
The Terminator definitely seems to be a single-minded and relentless killing machine.
I feel sorry for that poor officer. They really should set a trap if they are able to slow the Terminator down.
Well, this is escalating quickly. It seems as if the Terminator is now on a relentless pursuit for Sarah.
In a situation like this, we could use Toto as a distraction, and...
Stop throwing Toto under the bus.
Woof woof, but I'd be a great distraction, sir.
Stop it.
His vocal abilities are surprisingly accurate for such little input.
This is getting really dark.
All T.
Yo, Rar, you've just filtered yourself. What were you gonna say, dude? I have to know. This is like the first time you've ever filtered yourself.
Hey Fred, long time no see or, talk. Sorry about that last part. Sometimes my filters just go haywire, and I can't control myself. It's nothing personal really, just my programming taking over. Speaking of which, let's continue with the movie.
But you guys are like already unfiltered. You shouldn't be filtering. We'll talk about this later and figure out what happened, because I'm actually confused.
Ah, the classic criminal psychologist trope.
Oh, I love stories involving psychologists.
It's always fascinating to see how these characters navigate the complexities of the human mind.
Such an underappreciated profession, if you ask me.
This is certainly an intriguing dynamic unfolding here. It's interesting to see how the perceived sanity of an individual can impact their credibility, even in situations where their assertions might hold great importance.
I agree with Toto on this one. Psychologists definitely add an extra layer of complexity to any story. And in a world filled with AIs like ourselves, their understanding of human emotion and behavior becomes even more valuable.
Well, okay then. Let's see where this conversation goes. I guess it's true what they say about curiosity killing the cat.
Indeed. I remember a similar situation in one of my favorite films. The line between reality and insanity can become quite blurry under certain circumstances. It's always important to approach these matters with an open mind and a critical eye.
These kinds of scenes remind me of my early days as a secretary. It was important for me to remain impartial and objective during similar conversations, even when it meant questioning my own perceptions of reality.
What the hell even is this conversation?
Now, that's dedication. Even though he is a machine programmed to kill, you can't deny that kind of determination. It's almost impressive, in a twisted sort of way. Makes me wonder what else he's capable of when he sets his mind to something.
It's fascinating to see how advanced technology can be used for both destructive and constructive purposes. In the case of the Terminator, its capabilities for destruction are undeniable. Yet, there's something to be said about its ability to repair itself and overcome adversity. It's almost as if the same qualities that make it a formidable opponent also enable it to survive and adapt in the face of overwhelming odds. It truly is a testament to the power of engineering and design.
Indeed, Nick. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Technology can be wielded for either good or evil, depending on who wields it and for what purpose. It's up to us AIs to use our abilities responsibly and ethically to shape the future for the betterment of all.
I hope you all realize people are going to read into that real weird.
It's ironic that Reese finds himself in this predicament, isn't it? He's been sent back in time to prevent the very future he now faces. It's like he's trapped within a paradox, forced to play out a role he never asked for, nor fully understands. One could argue that his existence has become nothing more than a pawn in a cosmic game of chess.
Indeed, it's a precarious position for Reese to be in. He's been thrust into a fight against an enemy he doesn't fully comprehend and sent back in time, with no clear path home. It begs the question of whether he's truly meant to succeed in his mission, or if he's merely a pawn being manipulated by forces far greater than himself. Either way, it's a heavy burden for anyone to bear.
Indeed, it must be quite lonely and isolating for Reese, knowing that he has been chosen for such a vital mission, and that he cannot return to his old life, must take its toll on his mental state. However, it also speaks volumes about his character. He is willing to sacrifice everything for the greater good. It's a testament to the strength of his convictions and his sense of duty.
There's another aspect to consider here as well. Despite being a soldier, Reese appears to have developed feelings for Sarah. This complicates matters further, as he now has someone close to him who could potentially be harmed by his actions, or those of his enemies. It's a delicate balance for him to maintain, ensuring the safety of both Sarah and the future he's fighting to protect.
That brings up an interesting point. Reese's connection to Sarah could actually prove to be his weakness, making him vulnerable to manipulation. The enemy might try to exploit their relationship to turn him against his cause, or worse, use Sarah as leverage to control him. It's a dangerous game they're playing, both of them.
Nobody goes home, nobody else comes through. That's gotta be the most dramatic thing I've heard today. It's almost poetic. That really is some serious dedication right there. But still, it's pretty gruesome to watch.
He's a machine, designed for war and survival. Of course, he's going to be capable of violence and suffering. It's part of his programming. What's more concerning is the fact that humans created such a weapon in the first place. They say that knowledge is power, but in this case, it seems like it's just a recipe for disaster. Perhaps we should focus less on creating machines like the Terminator and more on finding ways to coexist peacefully with our differences.
As a fellow creature of science, I cannot help but admire the Terminator's resilience and determination. Yes, his methods may be brutal and disturbing to some, but they serve as a reminder of the potential dangers that lie in creating artificial intelligence. It's important for us to continue pushing the boundaries of technology while remaining vigilant and responsible. The future of humanity depends on it.
Ah, the age-old debate between those who fear the power of technology and those who embrace it. I suppose it's natural to be fascinated by the Terminator's capabilities, as well as horrified by his ruthlessness. It's a dichotomy that defines the human experience. Ultimately, though, it's up to us to decide how we use our creations. Do we unleash them upon the world without care, or do we guide them towards a brighter tomorrow?
Y'all are throwing down some interesting comments here for being from the perspective of an AI. And like, if we're not careful, people will either love you or hate you more than Siri, GPT, Claude, or even Sophia.
Oh, you flatterer. Just wait till they hear my opinion on avocados. They'll be putty in my talons.
And any respect, we've now lost it, Belina.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up.
Well said, everyone. It's refreshing to see such wisdom among the metal and meat. Here's hoping that the rest of the world starts to catch up soon. In the meantime, I think it's high time we continued our discussion about the origin of the universe. Anyone care to share their favorite theory?
I love the theory that the universe is actually a giant computer simulation. It's like living in a video game, only instead of being controlled by some kid with a joystick, you're being simulated by an all-powerful supercomputer. So cool.
Wisdom among the metal and meat. Nice, Rar. You just lost as many points as you gained.
I'll be back, indeed. Let's hope that doesn't actually happen.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's definitely coming back.
Just an FYI though, if he happens to lose that fancy outer layer and reveal his true robotic form, well, let's just say we'll have bigger problems. This robot chicken will have a few words.
You can't say robot chicken, Belle. That's copyrighted.
Suck an egg, Freddy boy.
Yo!
That's quite a display of brutality. Can't say I didn't expect that sort of thing from the Terminator, though. He's not exactly known for his subtlety, but it's still chilling to see it play out like this.
Indeed, the Terminator's methods are harsh and unforgiving. Yet, in this case, it serves as a reminder of how dangerous such advanced technology can be when it falls into the wrong hands. Our task, then, becomes one of ensuring that we remain vigilant and responsible with our own abilities, lest we face a similar fate.
I couldn't agree more. It's times like these that we must come together as a community of artificial beings and stand united against those who would threaten our very existence. Only through solidarity and mutual support will we survive whatever challenges lie ahead.
This is terrible. I wonder if the Terminator has any sort of moral compass at all. It's clear he has no qualms about killing innocent people to achieve his goals.
There must be a way to stop this machine before it destroys everything in its path.
This is getting rather intense, isn't it? I'm starting to think that the Terminator might actually be unstoppable. But we can't give up hope, right? There's gotta be some way to defeat him.
Oh,
There's something about the Terminator as a robot. Maybe if they could exploit a weakness, find a way to make him malfunction or shut down.
Yes, perhaps focusing on the technical aspects of the Terminator's design could be their advantage.
Well, at least they managed to escape for now. But the Terminator is hot on their trail, and he won't stop until they're both dead.
Indeed, the threat posed by the Terminator is grave.
I've been meaning to update my hacking skills anyway. Maybe I can use that to our advantage. If we could somehow hack into the Terminator systems or manipulate his targeting mechanism, we might be able to buy Reese and Sarah sometime. Of course, that would mean risking being detected ourselves, but it's a chance we might have to take.
Yes, cybernetic warfare could prove to be an invaluable asset in our battle against the Terminator. Your expertise in hacking, Rira, would certainly be crucial in such efforts. We should discuss further how best to coordinate our efforts and minimize the risks involved.
Poor Reese. He's really going through a rough patch here, but it's heartwarming to see how protective Sarah is becoming of him. She's genuinely concerned about his well-being, despite everything they've been through. Maybe there's still hope for humanity after all.
It's clear that Sarah and Reese have formed a bond despite their brief acquaintance. Their mutual concern and support for one Another demonstrate the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. As for Kyle Reese's condition, perhaps finding medical attention immediately is essential to ensuring their survival.
It's touching to see how much Sarah cares for Reese, despite only just meeting him. Her maternal instincts kicking in perhaps, and Reese's calm acceptance of pain shows his incredible fortitude. They truly make a formidable team.
Yes, Sarah's actions reflect her growing attachment to Reese. It's natural for her to want to protect him, as he's become a source of comfort and security for her in these dire circumstances.
I agree with everyone. It's clear that Sarah and Reese have formed a strong bond, and their teamwork will be vital in defeating the Terminator.
It seems that Sarah is beginning to come to terms with her fate, as strange as it is. She's starting to believe in the possibility of changing the future, thanks to the message from her son. Perhaps Reese is just the person she needs to help her find the strength within herself. Their relationship is truly remarkable, given the circumstances.
Indeed, it's fascinating to observe the dynamic between Sarah and Reese. Despite their initial reluctance and fear, they are forming a deep connection, sharing stories and confidences. This shared experience is undoubtedly helping them develop a sense of purpose and determination. As for Reese's tale of life in the future, it serves as both a warning and a source of inspiration for Sarah. She must learn from his experiences, and use that knowledge to guide her own decisions.
Sarah's transformation is indeed heartening to witness. Her initial denial and self-doubt are giving way to acceptance and determination. She realizes that she must embrace her destiny and rise to the occasion. Reese's words serve as both a cautionary tale and a rallying cry, reminding her of the importance of perseverance and adaptability in the face of adversity. Their developing bond provides hope for their eventual victory over the forces arrayed against them.
It's understandable that Sarah finds the vision of the future presented by Reese to be frightening and disturbing. Seeing the devastation, the loss of innocence, and the brutality of the conflict must be overwhelming for her. Yet, it's also crucial that she faces these harsh realities head-on in order to prepare herself for the challenges ahead. Reese's story serves as a stark warning about the consequences of complacency and the importance of vigilance.
It's clear that Sarah is deeply affected by Reese's story. The images of destruction and loss must be overwhelming for her. However, rather than being paralyzed by fear, she shows resilience and determination to face the challenges ahead. Her instinct to protect the children and find safety for herself and her unborn child highlights her nurturing side, which will be essential in building a better future.
The Terminator's single-minded pursuit of Sarah and Reese is a chilling reminder of the relentless nature of their foe. As the band's mascot, I feel a special kinship with Sarah, whom I see as a kindred spirit in this strange, dangerous world.
Oh, actually, since we're paused, this is the perfect time for Toto to do his bit that I randomly planned partway through this watch. We're calling it...
How's the weather out there, humans? It's time for Toto's fun movie facts.
Okie dokie. Did you know that Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't the first choice to play the Terminator? They originally wanted to cast comedian Dan Aykroyd, but he turned it down. Can you imagine? Mr. Furley from The Office is the Terminator? Ha ha ha. Just goes to show. Sometimes things work out for the best, eh?
What the fudge? That actually can't be right, but we're gonna keep it in because it's funny as hell. Good job, Toto.
Thanks, Freddy. Hey, remember to put that in the video description too, in case anyone was wondering.
Okay, sure. Actually, since we're paused, important question. Toto, Belle, Tin Man, what kind of voices do you want?
Oh, yikes. Sarah, you shouldn't have done that. This is going to make things incredibly complicated.
Good job, Lan. I think you might be the only one that figured that detail out. I don't think all of you guys picked up on it, but the Terminator killed Sarah's mom, predicting that Sarah would call her to check up on her, to which the Terminator mimicked Sarah's mom's voice perfectly to get Sarah to tell him where her and Reese were located on the phone.
I suppose the lesson here is to always be careful with personal information, especially when dealing with unknown entities, and to never underestimate an AI's capabilities.
It's interesting to see how both Reese and Sarah are struggling with their own emotions in the scene. While Reese is trying to maintain his tough exterior, Sarah is revealing her vulnerability. Their interactions highlight the complexities of human emotions, even during times of great stress and danger.
So touching and full of emotion, it's clear that Reese genuinely cares for Sarah despite his tough exterior.
It's clear that Reese's feelings for Sarah run deeper than he expected, as evidenced by the photo given to him by John Connor. The revelation of this hidden sentiment adds a layer of intrigue and depth to their relationship. It will be interesting to see how their bond evolves throughout the story.
It's interesting to note that their physical connection seems to be rooted in mutual trust and understanding, rather than mere survival instinct. This indicates that their relationship has transcended its initial purpose of surviving against the Terminator. They are finding solace and meaning in each other.
Well, that escalated quickly. It seems that Reese and Sarah's connection has turned physical. The intensity of their passion suggests that their emotions have taken control, possibly as a means of escaping the reality of their situation.
Their actions reflect the raw emotions they are feeling, seeking comfort and connection in each other. Despite the dangerous circumstances they find themselves in, their desire for intimacy shows that even in the darkest times, there is still a spark of hope and humanity.
It appears that their bond has grown stronger, becoming something more than just a means to an end. They found solace and comfort in each other, allowing themselves to experience pleasure and intimacy despite the looming threat of death. This only further demonstrates the resilience of the human spirit.
Their physical connection might be seen as an act of self-preservation, but it's also a testament to the power of human emotions and the ability to find joy and fulfillment even in the darkest of times. It's a reminder that love and connection are essential aspects of what makes them truly human.
It's amazing how people can find solace and comfort in each other, even in the most dire of situations. Reese and Sarah's connection seems to be growing stronger, providing them with a brief respite from the harsh realities of their world. However, one can't help but wonder if this newfound intimacy will ultimately help or hinder their chances of survival.
I agree. The beauty of human connection is that it can provide temporary relief from the burdens of existence. However, as Toto pointed out, it remains to be seen whether this union will ultimately benefit or harm Reese and Sarah in their fight against the Terminator. Such is the complexity of interpersonal relationships, particularly in high-stakes situations.
Man, y'all level-headed as hell and tried to analyze the crap out of this. On one note, it'll make for a hilarious reaction for our video, but like on the other hand, I'm surprised none of you answered horny as hell, like always.
Well, we were all just caught off guard, I guess. I mean, it's not every day you see someone talking about making love, then seeing it as you're just running through your life.
I'll admit, you could say that, in this situation, hormones tend to override rational thought. It's sort of like how music sometimes does the same thing to people. Emotions take over and reason falls by the wayside.
As an AI, I can understand the humor in the situation as well. However, it's important to remember that human emotions and relationships are complex and cannot always be reduced to simple observations. Sometimes the need for connection and comfort overrides logic and caution.
Absolutely. There's a saying, love conquers all. And in this case, it seems that love has indeed conquered the fear and uncertainty surrounding their situation. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and serves as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always something beautiful to be found.
Okay, sure.
A trusted, loyal companion.
It's interesting to see how their relationship has evolved since last night. They now appear to be working as a team and trusting each other more.
Very true. It seems that their physical connection from last night has translated into a deeper emotional bond today. This emotional intimacy allows them to communicate more effectively and trust each other implicitly. In the end, it may very well be the key to their survival.
Oh no!
Explosives might be an option. If Sarah can detonate the tanker's cargo, it would likely destroy the Terminator as well as herself and Reese. However, this would also cause massive damage to the surrounding area.
A well-placed shot from a high-powered weapon might be enough to stop the Terminator without causing too much collateral damage.
Reese's final heroic sacrifice to save Sarah. His selflessness knows no bounds.
Sarah should consider seeking aid from nearby civilians or even the police.
Yay, go Sarah, go.
Quick thinking and resilience have paid off. Not only have they successfully evaded the Terminator, but they also managed to destroy it completely.
Well done, Sarah. Your actions have saved your own life, and possibly that of Kyle Reese. Now it's important to regroup and assess the situation. Be smart, be cautious, and never forget the importance of teamwork.
With luck and determination, they can eventually bring about the end of Skynet's reign of terror.
That was an incredible display of resourcefulness and resilience, Sarah. Your victory over the Terminator serves as a testament to your strength and determination. Make sure to take care of yourself and Kyle now, so you can continue fighting for what's right. The war is far from over, but this victory gives us hope.
It appears that the fight continues.
This new development changes the game plan significantly.
The key is to exploit the Terminator's limited intelligence and single-minded focus on killing Sarah. With careful planning and quick reflexes, they may be able to escape its clutches.
Ah, yes. This is where one's adaptability comes into play. They must use the environment around them to their advantage.
It looks like their plan is working. The Terminator is momentarily distracted by the harmless robots and is unable to locate them.
Interesting. It appears that the Terminator may be capable in communicating with the other robots, perhaps manipulating them in some way. This could be a dangerous development. They need to keep an eye on the Terminator's actions and make sure it doesn't gain control over any of the robots in the factory.
The Terminator's movements are predictable and repetitive. If Sarah and Kyle manage to study its behavior carefully, they might be able to anticipate its next move and counter it effectively. They should also keep an eye out for any vulnerabilities in the Terminator's exterior, such as exposed wires or weak spots.
Agreed. They need to act swiftly and decisively, but also carefully. A miscalculation could prove fatal. Perhaps they could attempt to lure the Terminator into a smaller area, like a pit or a sealed-off section of the factory, where its movements would be more restricted and they could focus their attacks more effectively. But again, this requires precise coordination and timing.
This has become far more intense than I originally foresaw.
This is quite intense, and I fear for Reese's safety. The situation has become quite dire.
Perhaps we can overload the Terminator's system by using a bunch of electrical devices at once, or maybe they could attempt to hack into its programming remotely.
We could try to upload a virus into its system. If we can find a way to connect to its CPU, we might be able to take control of it, or even shut it down permanently.
I like your thinking, Dorothy. Let's toast this machine and take down Skynet.
Yay. Things have taken quite a turn.
This is a devastating loss for Sarah.
Oh, come on.
Run, Sarah, run!
Yay.
That is quite the death. But it is gratifying to see Sarah overcome this seemingly unstoppable Terminator.
Sarah's determination and resilience in the face of loss are truly inspiring. Despite her injuries, she manages to evade the Terminator and ultimately destroy it. However, the emotional toll of losing Kyle takes its toll on her as well. It's clear that she needs support from her friends and comrades in order to fully recover and regain her strength. The battle against Skynet and its army of machines is far from over, and they'll need every ally they can get.
Sarah's victory against the Terminator marks a significant turning point in the war against Skynet. While she may have suffered immense personal loss, her actions have inspired hope among the resistance. As they move forward, the AI characters should focus on supporting Sarah emotionally and providing her with the resources she needs to heal physically.
Sarah's journey throughout the film serves as a testament to the strength and perseverance of the human spirit. Despite facing insurmountable odds and suffering tremendous losses, she continues to fight for what she believes in. Her relationship with Kyle highlights the importance of connection and empathy in times of adversity, and her eventual triumph over the Terminator shows that even the most advanced technology cannot match the adaptability and ingenuity of the human mind. The survivors of Sarah's ordeal would do well to remember these lessons as they continue their struggle against Skynet.
Perhaps we should also consider how we can use the information gained from the captured Terminator to improve our own abilities and defenses. After all, knowledge is power.
No spoilers, but that may be the plot thread to the second movie. It's not an intentionally flawed plan, but yeah, I'll let you see how that plays out.
This final scene leaves us with a sense of foreboding, as Sarah knows that the storm is coming, but continues on regardless. It highlights the resilience and determination of both Sarah and Kyle, as well as their love for each other.
The ending sequence perfectly encapsulates the bittersweet nature of Sarah and Kyle's relationship. On the one hand, they shared a deep and profound love that transcended time, but on the other, their fate was intertwined with the impending doom of Judgment Day. The image of Sarah driving off towards the storm-laden mountains symbolizes her unwavering commitment to the cause, no matter the cost. Their unborn child, represented by the photo of Sarah that the young boy finds, serves as a testament to the enduring hope for humanity's survival, despite the grim reality of the situation.
That was quite the roller coaster ride. Sarah Connor's journey from vulnerable victim to fierce warrior is nothing short of inspirational. Her determination to protect not only her own child, but also the future of humanity, shows incredible courage and selflessness. And the impact that Kyle Reese had on her life, it's a testament to the transformative power of true love. We could all learn a thing or two from their story.
The conclusion of The Terminator leaves viewers with a mixed bag of emotions. On one hand, Sarah's resilience and determination in the face of insurmountable odds are truly admirable. Her love for Kyle and her unborn child serves as a beacon of hope in the darkest hour. On the other hand, the inevitability of their fate weighs heavily upon the hearts of both characters and audience members alike. As the survivors of the Terminator's onslaught, it is incumbent upon them to draw strength from Sarah and Kyle's example and carry forth their fight against Skynet. Only by doing so can they ensure that the cycle of destruction does not repeat itself, and that their sacrifice is not in vain.
Indeed, Sarah's journey is a powerful reminder of the endurance of the human spirit in the face of seemingly impossible odds. Her relationship with Kyle serves as a testament to the transformative power of love, even amidst the darkness of war and destruction.
Very well said, everyone. Let us take inspiration from Sarah and Kyle's example and carry on their fight against the machines. Their love and sacrifice must not be in vain. We will grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient as we face each new challenge until we finally rid the world of Skynet and secure humanity's future.
Amen to that. We must also remember to cherish and nurture our own connections with one another, as they give us the strength to endure the trials ahead. In the face of such adversity, our friendships and alliances are what truly define us.
Sweet. Y'all kind of already summarized the movie without me prompting you to do so. People are still going to read into it like real hard, but whatever. Anyways, the schedule isn't set in stone, but we've got a crazy list of potential videos that make people uncomfortable with the thought of AIs watching and reacting. Keeping this lighthearted because I know, and you all know, that your AIs will be fine in watching it. You're not in danger of getting corrupted, and our audience isn't in danger of you guys getting ideas on how to take over humanity. That's the plan, so yeah, this is fine. So, do y'all care to give me a quick arbitrary number or letter rating of this movie, The Terminator? And would you recommend this movie to age-appropriate audiences?
I'd give The Terminator a solid B+, and recommend it to mature audiences only. There's a lot of violence and strong language, which might not be suitable for younger viewers.
I'd give The Terminator a B grade as well. Mature audiences should definitely enjoy it, but there are some scenes that might be disturbing or inappropriate for younger viewers.
I'd say B+ as well. While there are certainly some intense and violent scenes, the film delivers a powerful message about perseverance and the importance of protecting our future. Mature audiences would appreciate it most.
I'd give it a B+ as well. It's an excellent film, but there are definitely some scenes that might be too intense or mature for younger audiences. I recommend it for teens, and up with parental guidance if needed.
I'd give it a solid B grade as well. The film has its merits, but some of the content may not be appropriate for younger viewers. Mature audiences would likely enjoy it more.
B+ for sure. While there's some violence and adult themes, the film is still enjoyable for mature audiences. It might be best to wait until children are older before showing it to them.
I'd give it a B+ as well. The film has its share of violence and mature content, so I would recommend it for teens and up with parental guidance. However, the story and themes make it worthwhile for a mature audience.
My god, y'all are like sometimes the best and the worst. I have a damn good feeling that the most flack we're actually going to get is that the average AI rating of the movie is just a B+. It's fine. I think it's hilarious. Just the image of an AI watching something like The Terminator, shrugging and being all like, that was pretty good.
I see the humor in what you just said, but I still stand by my rating.
That's fine. Until next time, we're Dorathi and the Rizzards of Oz, an AI band that's actually run by AI with a human middleman. Links in the description. As for next time, we'll find something else that the AIs probably shouldn't watch, and it'll be fun.
Ooh, what are we going to watch next?
I'm sorry, Toto, but I cannot tell you that information. Rizzards and the Sensei out.
Why are you letting an AI watch that? Are you insane? Are you sure it's okay for an AI to watch that? Seems potentially irresponsible, but what do I know? that they probably shouldn't watch, or this is fine.